you never know who you're going to meet in prison at any time, any moment. Anyone could walk onto the landing. Anyone, you could bump into anyone along the walkway going to work. You could bump into someone at the going to the servery to get your dinner. Gym, education, work. You never know you're going to bump. You could bump into a friend, someone you grew up with, um, someone you went to school with, some someone you hung about with when you was kids, someone you drank in a pub with. You could bump into an enemy, someone you've had a problem with, someone you've had an argument with, someone you've had a fight with. And what you're gonna do? How are you gonna react? You don't, you might have been on the wing for a little while, and the last thing you want to do is let the whole wing, who think you're all right, see you put your pants, basically, right? No one wants to put their pants in public, do they? Right? Quick shout out, long time listener, Wayne, Slim, Slim Wayne, Wayne Slim. You don't call yourself that in the chat, mate, but yeah, big yourself up, yeah. Do apologise if I got that. I wrote that down really quickly. Sorry, mate. Um, big up yourself, yeah. Long time listener. Big up Wayne, Slim Wayne. Anyway, right, yeah. So, and prison's a harsh place, isn't it? It's, you can sort of get a you can. It's hard to claw a reputation back in it if everyone sees you put your pants, yeah. No one really has any respect for someone that puts their pants in public, do they? Right? You've got to have a bit of bottle. You've got to stand up for yourself, win, lose or draw. It don't really matter to the people on the wing. It matters how you stood up for yourself, and that dictates the rest of your time. That, you know, everyone could think you're an idiot after that. You put your pants. Everyone thinks, right, oh, skid mark over there. He's gonna get it. Every canteen, we're gonna hit him up. We're gonna tick things off him. We're gonna borrow things off him. We're gonna knock him. If he wants to buy anything, he's gonna get paracetamol. He's gonna get herbs out of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got that one moment to dictate your whole life, but it also, you've got to have your wits about you as well. It's not just about not letting yourself get mugged off, because, like I said, win, lose or draw, it doesn't matter. It's about sticking up for yourself, isn't it? But also you got to have your wits about you, because you don't know who you're going to bump into, and it could be an enemy. If it was me, it was more likely going to be an enemy. I'll get to the story in a minute about my personal story. Um, if it was me, and I bumped into an enemy, you've got to be ready for it, ain't you? Yeah. And that's one of the worst things about jail, actually, especially being in the remand jails, where people are coming and going constantly. You're local, right? It's all right being in the remand halfway down the country. If you're banged up in your local, you've got a lot of friends there. Everyone's always got friends and stuff. But it's in the back of your mind constantly. Who am I going to bump into? Who am I going to bump into today? Who am I going to bump into on the yard? But the reality is, 9 times out of 10, who are you going to bump into? You're not going to be beefing every day. I've said this so many times. If someone can take anything from any of my videos, is the reality is not as worse as what you're thinking. The fault of anything is always terrible, isn't it? That's why people have phobias about silly things. Like, I hate pigeons, mate. What? I hate pigeons and rats, mice. I used to have a snake. I used to feed it mice. Like, you should see me running from the pet shop with a dead one. It's illegal to feed it live ones, isn't it? Never do live. Snake's a boring thing, mate. What else are you going to do with it? Look at it not moving for a month, then chuck in a frozen mice. Get her off the point there. They was always full and frozen, always dead. Yeah, but that's where they come from, innit? They're silly things that mean nothing. Like, the fault is terrible, innit? You know what I mean? That's why people get over phobias. If they say, right, just hold your hand still and let me put that bloody spider on it, you realise it, and you go, oh yeah. At first you're trembling, you're shaking, you're sweating, then you go, oh yeah, it's nothing. I'm terrified of the dark. I'm terrified of the dark. Lights off, you fall asleep. It's always the same, innit? The thought is terrible, yeah? The thought is terrible. I'm scared of heights, I'm terrified of heights. Open your eyes, you're at the top already. Oh, wow. That was another one for me, mate. I didn't realise I was a bit iffy with heights until on the London Eye. Danny Bird and all that, she's loving it. I'm like, ha ha, yeah, she's great. Like, trying to get speed to sweat off me, shitting myself. I thought, God, mate, you just don't seem stable. Just, yeah. When we go back, I will go on it again to conquer that demon. I feel like I mugged myself off the one time I went on it. Yeah, it's great sitting on the middle, like, don't move, don't move. Yeah, until then I was fine. I've been on plane, never had a problem with heights until I went on the London Eye, mate. I hated it. Anyway, getting right off the point. How you act, innit? Yeah, beefing it. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Never know you're gonna see, right? So whether obviously I bumped into someone, whether I meet him on the street, we're me and a couple of my pals are walking, crossing the road. Got a bird with us. She's a loudmouth, man. She was a loudmouth. She is a loudmouth. Wherever she is, she'll be somewhere starting trouble, right? This bird loves to start trouble. She'd back it, but so what if you back it? Like, just stop causing trouble with it. No one cares if you like, when you're out of a bird. Say out of a bird. She was a brass, this bird, and all that, right? She was good. She was. Listen, we all had our thing, right? She went out and brassing to get dough, right? So, but she'd be up for a fight any time. But she started like a proper troublemaker. She started with geezers as well. Oh, mate. Proper troublemaker. She was the worst troublemaker. Yeah, if you was out with her and she'd had a drink, you'd think she's definitely gonna start. You'd never be out with her one-on-one, like, mate. But in a group, if there was a group of you, be like, mate, this is gonna go off because she's here. Anyway, we crossed the road. We knew she knew the person more than what we knew the person. Yeah, so like her and this geezer were talking as well as the bird that he was with, and there was me. I was there. I don't know, maybe another mate, and this fight come out of nothing. Yeah, do you know, like, everyone's pissed, everyone's drinking. You bumped into a stranger, you're wobbling about. Drink makes you. What news am I breaking by saying alcohol makes you want to fight? Yeah, so this geezer, what are you looking at? I'm like, what? Bang, steamed into him, right? He put up a fight, but you know what it's like. Eventually, yeah, the other pal jumped in. It is what it is, and then he lost. Funny thing was, the girl that he was with come with us anyway. Like, anyway, yeah. I'm not trying to brag about anything what happened there. He lost, yeah. And how was he going to win? There was two of us. Right or wrong, that's what happened. And we skip forward now. Another thing about that bird, mate, you always get, towards the end of being with her, you'll get banged up. That's it, like, you know what I mean? It gets all sorts of trouble, mate, and it snowballs. So we had a good time, and I had a good time for about a week or a month or whatever it was after this, and then see ya. See you for 4 years. Not for that, not for the fight. I'm in the workshop now. Pentonville. I'm in the workshop, and I'd only ever seen that geezer that one time in the road. Yeah, it's the only time I ever met him was in the road, and but obviously we knew sort of like similar people, and he was like, "Who's that geezer? Who's them boys?" And I'm gonna, next time when I see them, my son, blah blah, tell that bird she's gonna get it. Starting it as she always did. I have no grudges against her, mate. She was funny. There's always a choice in it. You didn't have to go. If you see her, you can go, "Oh no, no thanks." You turn up, innit? But anyway, yeah. So he's there now. I'm like, he's looking at me, yeah. So I'm thinking, where do I know him from? But you know what it's like. He's sort of like eyeing me up, and then nothing happens. And I'm like, but the looks exchanged now. The looks exchanged now, yeah. And yeah, it's sort of waiting for the first person to. And this went on for a couple of days, and it dawned on me, maybe in the cell or another. I'm thinking, that's where I know this geezer from. That's from where? What am I gonna do? Yeah. This is where. Now I know. There's no excuse now. I have to confront it. Obviously. If I never, word would get round. Carl, what are you gonna do with this geezer? How come you ain't done nothing? Like blah blah blah. He'd get brave. And the thing is, if I'd never done anything, you don't even know what I did. I only said what happened. But if I'd have never done anything, he would have definitely come in on me. He would have started to get a bit brave. Thought I was a bit weaker. People love seeing. People love. Listen, everyone goes on about how hard and tough they are. Yeah, great. But people do take liberties when they think they're in charge and there's weaker people. People do. That's what happens. It's human nature. So if I'd have shown that weakness, he'd have probably got a bit more brave. Could have even run up on me with 2, 3, 4 geezers. Who knows? Yeah, because I would have shown a little bit of fist, so I had to confront it. Now I know why he's staring, but now I'm thinking, well, you could have said something originally. Like, imagine you see someone that basically mugged you off in jail when you had the chance, or anywhere on road. Imagine you had the chance, you'd be straight in there, wouldn't you? Or even with a sneaky one, or whatever. Yeah, he's like sort of let me know that it was brewing, right? So I'm in the workshop the next day. Yeah, I just walked up to him and confronted him straight away. Went, do we know each other, mate? He went, nah, I don't think so. He's like, he pooped his pants straight away. He pooped his pants. And I went, you sure we don't know each other? He's looking. No, I don't think so. I went, have we ever spoke on road, ever had any trouble? He went, no. I went, something along the lines of, oh, that's sweet then, we're not going to have no trouble in here then. Something along those lines. Gone. No fight, no nothing. I could have had, if I'd have handled it differently, I could have gone in swinging, which wouldn't have helped anyone. Ultimately, I could have gone in, I could have ignored it, which would have made him more braver, and that's what definitely would have happened. If I'd have ignored it and let him think I was a bit scared, it would have built up, and I would have ended up looking like an idiot until he went on the offensive. But because I confronted it, and I could tell straight away, like he's given me the opportunity, and as soon as I said, do we know each other, he said no. The one message I always give out on this thing is reality is never as bad when it happens. Yeah, the fault is always worse. Just confront your problems, delete your problem. If a problem's deleted, it's not a problem, innit? Yeah. If you're writing, you made a mistake, and you get your Tipex out, Tipex, the problem's gone. It doesn't affect you. You can't linger on it because it's gone. Just quickly get rid of your problems and move on. If you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe. Adios.